I've been in that position where I've waited for, out of 500 songs, for the one song to be played, you know. But why do you go so ridiculous? I mean, I've had people come up with me and my buddy who knock over the system. I was at a wedding with him there a couple of years ago, probably 2 years ago, and there's one girl who wanted the Spice Girls played. She wanted them played that bad. She was loaded. She almost, I was there searching for the song. I said, okay, I'll look for it. Go down, get off the DJ pedestal before my buddy comes back and starts freaking out because everything is beat up on the floor. She gets down off the pedestal. I'm still looking for it. When I hear this bang, when I look up, here's the DJ pedestal coming down on top of me, and if I hadn't looked up when I did, everything, like thousands of dollars of equipment, would have been smashed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do people get so ridiculous over stuff? It's unbelievable. Christmas, DJing, superheroes.
Yeah, yeah. It's. I was DJing goth clubs and strip clubs and.
Goth clubs and strip clubs. Wow.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it really
I
isn't
can
much
imagine.
difference.
I've never done that. I've never done that.
Clubs. the way chicks
I've
dress
never
at
done
goth
that
clubs
before.
ain't much different than a strip club, I'll tell you.
I've never done that, but I can only imagine how insane that is. I would imagine that's an entirely different experience.
No, well, the club you've seen one of the clubs I worked at, Crazy Girls. You've seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
That was Marcel's bar, and was Crazy Girls.
Pulp
that
Fiction.
was the bar
that was
in
the
Pulp
one
Fiction.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, the old version of Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I remember that. I actually downloaded that the other day, probably about 6 months ago, and I watched it because there's another movie called Pulp Fiction that's based on a guy who actually, well, there's two. There's the old one you're talking about, and there's this new one that has a completely different plot where this guy is actually hearing this voice in his head constantly, narrating his whole life, which is ridiculous. Like, the purpose of the story is he's hearing the story of his life in his head, because he's got this narrator for whatever reason in his head, and she's telling the story of his life, which is completely opposite direction than the original. But I know the one you're talking about, which is the old one,
Samuel L. Jackson, Travolta. Yeah, that was actually like the big film for Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, he was amazing. He was amazing.
I've gotten drunk with him, but he's washed up now. He's a producer. He knows that he isn't coming up with anything new. Unlike,
Didn't
say,
he do
Tim
something
Burton.
with the Saw movies too? Didn't he do something with Saw too? That he had something to do with Saw, didn't he? I believe. I'm not sure, but didn't he do something with Saw?
I think he was a producer on it.
Yeah. He did something with that. I think he produced like the whole series, and then because I remember watching him and seeing his name in the credits, and I know that Evan Courageous from WCW is good friends with him. And a couple of years ago, he was supposed to have gotten me an interview with Quentin Tarantino, and it never fell through because me and Evan lost contact. But the thing was, so many people talk so highly of Quentin Tarantino. It's amazing how many people have put in good words about it.
The one brilliant thing he did was he teamed up with Robert Rodriguez, and they went on to do Dusk to Dawn. And Rodriguez has been all over the map with film. He did the Machete films, but he also did all the Spy Kid films, which were huge money.
Yeah, they were huge. They were awesome.
Yeah.
I remember the first Spy Kid, seeing that in the theater. It was amazing.
Yeah, a buddy of mine's in that, plays the uncle, Danny Trejo.
Okay.
Yeah, because Danny and I did some stuff for Japanese TV together, and his old lady was on my roller derby team when we did roller games.
It seems like you've had a pretty lengthy career, and I give you credit
for that.
Well, at
56, I've been around for a while.
You brought me back to some of my fondest memories as a kid watching these movies, and I've had the chance, very, very fortunate to interview people that were in some of my favorite movies, like the Ready to Rumble movie with Diamond Dallas Page, which was a great representation of the wrestling business.
And that was a funny-ass film. That was a great
Ready
film.
to Rumble.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I've had the chance to document just about every wrestling movie that they ever made. Like the Ready to Rumble movie, I documented that. Met a lot of people who were in that. I documented the Beyond the Mat movie back in, I think it was 98. That was released.
Yeah.
And the other one, The Wrestler, in 2009. I had a chance to interview Ernest the Cat Miller, who had one of the lead roles in that, Romeo Roselli, DJ Hyde, Papa Don. There were a lot of people. I think that movies and wrestling definitely have been able to coexist quite a bit.
Oh.
And also, it's just amazing how they do it.
Movies and wrestling go back to the 50s with Ed Wood and him casting Tor Johnson, the Swedish Angel, which became, for 50 years, the top-selling Halloween mask for 50 years was the Tor Johnson mask from Plan 9 from Outer Space. Okay, and I went quiet. We still on, guys? Okay, I'm hearing a hissing now.
We are back, and I'm trying to get Jonathan Clarke here.
Okay.
And we had a little bit of
I was about to say I got to hop off because I got to get ready for work.
Definitely. I'll definitely let me grab Mr. Clarke here so he could get back here to his show. We got about 20 minutes left here.
Okay, well, I'm going to mute myself at this end, and I'll be back in a minute.
Rob, as we are...
Yeah.
All right, we are back. We are back, and it's...
What happened? There are technical difficulties?
Yeah.
What do we have? Some technical issues?
Yeah, my computer acted up, which is no real surprise there.
How are we doing for time? I've lost track of time completely here.
As I am looking at... we are still doing good for time here. We are... oh, man, we are definitely holding up here on our end here. I'm getting... we still have about 19 minutes left. I was trying to extend the show. So it's just you and me here.
We're back on live. At least we have the feed still up.
Yeah, the feed's still up, and we are live.
Okay, great. What a great show we've had so far, Bob. We've talked about a lot of great topics on the show. I didn't think we were going to have as many good topics talked about on the show as what we've gotten into. It's amazing how much we've talked about.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, we definitely hit on a lot of things, which is definitely a good thing here. And like I said, definitely good stuff. Definitely can't complain about it.
Anybody else who wants to call in, hopefully Bob will be able to get the show extended. If you want to call in, the number is there. You can call in. And I got to thank Skull for his opinion. Of course, he has the radio program on Bob's network you can check out. It's a great show. There's a lot of great input on Skull's Golden Age of Radio. It's an amazing show, and he has a lot of great input. And bringing me back all those years ago to the movies that I documented over the years, and then a chance to profile. Thank you for that. And if anybody else wants to call in, of course, it's 6464785-337, and
What happened there? Okay, Jonathan Clarke, I believe. You there, John?
Bob?
Are you here? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. We still here, Bob?
Yep, we're still here.
Yeah, we have issues with the wireless or something going on there with the blog talk or something. Hopefully it'll straighten out within the last few minutes. Hopefully, Bob, you'll get that show extended, and we can go a little bit while I do have that I do want to get into, and hopefully we will be able to get it extended a little bit. It's been fun, Bob, and thank you for helping me out with the show and producing it. It's fun. Hopefully, within the next couple of days, I'll have it uploaded on YouTube as in an archive, so you can kind of go back and hear it. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Definitely is, and looks like Skull's back on. He's muted. He is listening into the show. He'll probably give me the thumbs up when he wants to get back in. I know he has to get himself ready for work. So
okay.
So,
Awesome.
So yeah, we're getting things ready here, and yeah, we are extended for another half hour here. So we'll be on for, instead of 16 minutes, we'll be on for 46 minutes. Okay, he did give me the big thumbs up.
Hey guys.
So he's back with us.
Yeah, no, it's the holidays, so you expect troubles between Skype and BTR and everything else.
Oh, I told you the second my 6-hour marathon. Oh, and I could go up again at 12 midnight to do the do things with the traditions that it normally had. Oh my God, I had nothing but stalling and everything else happening with BTR that just set me off my game and what I was gonna play. But
yeah, and
yeah.
I'd have hopped in last night, except for I had no internet access last night, so.
Yeah, so I'm one of those that normally traditionally starts with a certain song and I end with a certain song, and those were the only two things I really kept in there. After that, everything else was just to go. I mean, and the only thing going through my mind